let's get your story, bro. Where are you originally from?
So I'm from the Netherlands, small town from the south called Maastricht.
Netherlands.
Yes, sir.
Crazy. Okay.
For the ones that don't know Netherlands, Amsterdam. You know?
Amsterdam. Okay.
There you go. So it's south. And yeah, man, I grew up basically almost without parents. I was in foster care, boarding school, and grew up with my brother most of the time. All right. So my mother wasn't always around. I don't know my father at all. Right. And basically how we did it is that we grew up in boarding school, me, my brother, and on the weekends, no one was really home because on the weekends you have to go home.
Okay.
Right? So we had to survive, man. We had to hustle. We had to do whatever we had to do to make it happen, you know?
Right.
To feed ourselves. And yeah, that really shaped us to the men that we are today.
Right. You know, adversity and being in a situation of fight or flight really makes a man. You know what I'm saying? So
100%, 100%. Like all the risks that you see today, nothing, man.
Nothing compared to
nah.
Just growing up and trying to figure it out.
Easy.
With no game plan and nothing, you know what I mean? Once you get over that, man, now it's time to play ball, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There ain't no complaints now.
Exactly.
So growing up in the Netherlands from Amsterdam, basically, and how was it being around that environment as a black man, as an African man in that area? Was it a lot of other people like you there?
Nah, not really, man.
Yeah.
Not really. I was, for me, there are black people there.
Right.
But like I always felt like I'm not the same as them, you know, because they're very like nonchalant. You know, they're very nonchalant. They're on the streets hanging, and I was always a smart dude, right? So I studied mathematics, I studied science. Even my brother, he studied Latin to become a doctor and
crazy.
You know? And we always played sports at the highest level. So we played soccer, right, as we call it here in the US.
Yeah, football, as they say.
Exactly. So we played it at the highest level as well. So I never had time. When I came back from school, it was studying, training, go to bed, right? I had never had time to hang, girls, whatever.
Yeah.
Never, right? So, and the people that looked like me, they were always like with girls, partying and all that stuff, you know? And like dumbass, you know?
Right.
Exactly. So I always felt that disconnect with other people that looked like me.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's why I felt a little bit isolated as well, you know?
Right.
Like there were not a lot of people like me, you know?
Right. And that's the difference between, you know, somebody being a real adult and being successful, and then somebody else trying to be cool in the beginning, high school and all that goofy. Because, like you said, you're smart, so they probably saw you as a nerd, like outliner, but you're playing football type. They ain't paying you no attention, not knowing.
I had that shit on.
Yeah.
I had that shit on.
Oh, you still was fresh.
Yeah.
You weren't around.
No.
Okay, you had the best of both worlds then.
Exactly.
So, like, because what I'm saying is basically like the people that stood to their guns and that was really smart and wasn't trying to hang out, get drunk, and do all that dumb, they propel in life when it counts as being an adult. And not what you did, you know? So the people that want to hang on the corner, the girls now and be drunk at a party, high, man, you ain't going to be nothing in life. So that's dope that you really focused on mathematics and goddamn the big shit. Because you gotta add this shit up when it's time to add it up. So when did you make the transition to like, okay, I'm going to business? Like you did the sports at the high level when you said, man, I got to figure this new shit out.
Bro, you know, it was a moment where I was sitting down with my brother and we were like, okay, what does the long term look like? What is the vision, you know? And the people that were already like doing it big, right?
Right.
They were making 40K, 30K a month, driving their little Mercedes.
Right.
And I was like, is that really the success? And I looked at my brother, I said, nah, man, we need to go way bigger. You know, like this vehicle won't allow us to really make it big, you know, drive some Rolls Royces and
Got to have that.
Exactly. So I made the decision fast, man. I started looking on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I saw this guy. I won't say his name, though. I won't say his name. He bought his mom a $4 million house.
Crazy.
And he was the same age as me.
Damn.
And I never seen that ever. You know, I was not on YouTube. I was looking at Neymar, all these people, you know, never entrepreneurship. So I looked at that shit. I was like, I realized how poor I was.
Right.
You know? So I had to live inside that pain now of realizing, damn, like I'm broke as f.
Right.
Actually, in comparison, because at that time I was making like 9K a month.
Which is good for the average human.
Yeah. But I was taking care of everyone. I was taking care of my mom, brother. I was paying 2 different rents.
Oh,
I could even like work a normal job you know, and make the same money.
Of course.
So I was like, man, I need to do what this guy is doing, right? Immediately told my brother, well, we're buying his course immediately, like fast.
Damn.
Yeah. And a week and a half, collected the money, did some phone flipping and all that stuff, you know.
Of course, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. And yeah, bought his course and started, man.
And it worked for you.
Immediately.
Damn.
Immediately. Yeah.
That's legendary.
Funny story. We're going to get into that.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah. Funny story.
But once again, people always think like these courses and these digital products is always a scam or they don't really work. But for when I'm here, the person has to really execute the course or execute those products to get to their success. If you're playing around, motherfucker, you're not going to execute. You're not going to get to the money. It ain't no overnight just a goddamn boom magic trick. You get it. You got to have that work already in you, and evidently that was for you. So what was the first thing you did in the course that got you your first big income?
Man, you have to know I'm a hustler, man.
Oh, I know, brother. I
I'm
can
a
see that
hustler.
her man's on the feet, man.
Exactly. So listen, so I came inside of the course. There were 6,000 other students in there, you know?
Yeah.
And they were telling us to do like, I cold call 500 people a day, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
That's a lot.
You know? I was like, what are they doing? I have to do what they do and not do what they say, you know?
Right.
And first of all, I was like, okay, 6,000 people in here that are in pain because the solution is a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
It's for literally everyone, so it's not tailored, see? So a lot of people in there weren't booking any meetings for their marketing agency. And I was like, if I figure out a way to train VAs, right, learn them appointment setting,
right,
and sell these VAs to these businesses, I'll make that money. So I was selling to the people inside of the community.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
So you double dip. You paid for the course, got in the community, then you made an infrastructure to feed the community, to feed yourself.
Exactly.
Ain't that a that's top level, sir. That's some goddamn Professor X Magneto level understanding.
Exactly.
But you got to be in the game to know the game.
Exactly.
So if you never took that initial leap of faith and paid for the course, you never would have got inside the infrastructure and got the espionage move on. I like that, brother.
Yeah, it was action first and then figure it out later, you know?
Yeah, but that's the most important element to almost anything I seen is like that first step, taking that risk. People always hesitate or they procrastinate and they never get in the game. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you could put up on the board if you're never in the game. Just go ahead and, hey, coach, put me in and see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? And you did that. So, boom, you selling the VAs. And what was your first, like, big month? You like, damn, hey, brother, we out here. We doing it.
Man, like after 2 weeks,
Yeah.
1.5 week, 2 weeks, I had my first 10K.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Quick.
So that was extremely quick. After that, I was like, because even before I started, my goal was to hit 50K a month.
50K
right?
a month, yep.
Never seen that money in my entire life.
Right.
I was like, okay, that's big enough for me to like go after it, you know, and achievable. So I set the goal 50K a month, 6 months, and I was like, if I continue to do this, because I was selling it for like $500, $1,000. If I'm having so many clients up to 50K a month, it's not sustainable, right? I'm going to have gray hair, hairline receding,
Too
everything.
much, you don't want to be stressed with the bag.
Exactly. So I was like, I need a different vehicle. I need to sell something more high ticket.
Yeah.
And at that time, AI was becoming a trend.
Oh, shout out to AI, man.
Shout
Not
out
Iverson,
AI.
but we like Iverson too. But we talking about that artificial intelligence, man. ET brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at that time, the dialers came out. So the AI that can call people.
Yeah.
And I started selling that for like 12 Gs, 20 Gs, 30 Gs. And then it worked really up, man. Like I hit 50K a month within like 3 months, the first 3 months in my agency.
And that's the high ticket ones.
That's the high ticket ones, yeah.
Well, yeah, so all you need is 5 or 6 of those.
Done.
You in the game.
Done. Easy. Man, crazy story, man. And even after that,
Yeah.
bro, there's this payment processor called Stripe. I don't know if you know Stripe.
I know Stripe. Shout out to Stripe, man. I made a lot of money through my merch through Stripe at one point in
Yeah,
time.
I say Stripe, you know?
They
yeah,
do be
really-
pausing that money sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
let's
That's
get
what
to
they
the
did.
story.
That's
Yeah,
what they
they'll
did.
fuck you over, yeah.
Exactly. So they paused almost like 100K from me.
Yes.
And that was like almost all my cash. And I had to pay rent the month after, you know?
Oh, man.
So I was like in the situation of like, okay, what am I finna do now, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, do I need to get a job or something? Like, what's up? You know?
Right.
And then I was like, okay, I know how to sell these big ass deals, you know, 30K deals or whatever. And I was like, let me teach that stuff to the people inside of the community.
Right.
Right? So I started posting my wins that I had before in that community. And now everyone is asking me like, hey, how the did you do that?
Right.
You know, I was like, oh, whoa. $500, you know?
At least.
Yeah, at least. For 1 hour, we will chop it
I'm gonna
up.
need something, brother.
Exactly. So I started doing that. And then after, the guy who owned the community asked me to do like a master class for the community.
Damn.
Exactly. So I came in, said, okay, cool, I'll do the master class. So I dropped some game on him. And now my inbox is full. Like I talk 200, 300 people a day. Pop, 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 pop. I was like, okay, this is too much. I have to come up with my own shit now,
Right.
you know? And I call it like the partnership program.
Okay.
Sold it for 5K. And I made my first 100 G's a month from that.
100 G's a month.
Yes, sir.
From your partnership program.
Yeah, 5K program, yeah.
Damn.
And then he kicked me out.
Because what I'm hearing is
too much competition.
Yeah, because what I'm hearing is every time you get into a situation, you so smart and innovative. Once you in there, you understand what's going on. Do you add something to the table, so to speak, something these don't be doing. But what I'm hearing is every time you get around something, you will figure it out, then add something to it and extract.
Exactly.
That's very smart. Because a lot of businesses do that to us all the time. You know what I'm saying? They'll figure out what we bring to the table, they monetize it, and then they own it from us. So you're just doing it from the inside out. That's kind of dope, man.
Inside out, man.
That's hard, man. So I'm hearing 3 different whole products you made within like a short time frame. How long was that between those 3 different things you was doing?
So first, 10K a month was within 2 weeks. I hit the 50K a month within 3 months.
Right.
And then I had my first 100K the month after.
Right.
Yeah. And then I went to 170 G's even the month after that.
Damn.
Because I started scaling that.
Okay, so what was the biggest month you had since starting those businesses?
Right now,
Yeah.
we did a little over 400 G's.
400 G's in 1 month.
Last month, yeah.
Holy shit. Last month.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Hey, God bless America. You know what I'm saying? Belgium and the Netherlands, whatever. Yeah, 400 a month. That's good money. You know what I'm saying? That was them streamers talking about they making it. My man making that from the products, man.